All right, so today we're looking at lesson 15, conditionals, and what we're looking at is the practice activities. So for this activity, what we want to do is we're looking at Boolean expressions, and Boolean expressions are basically true or false statements. So they evaluate a condition and decide whether it's true or false. So what we want to do in this, if we look at this activity right here, it says modify only the values of the sprite properties in the first 11 lines of code so that each of the Boolean expressions evaluate to true. Well, currently right now, if I run this, they all evaluate to false. Okay, so what they're saying is like comparison 1, they're saying sprite2.x, and when we see this equal, that's meaning that is this value the same as this value? So sprite2.x should be equal to sprite2.y. So let's go up here, and if we look at sprite2, the x is 300 and the y is 200, so these are not the same. So let's go ahead and change this to 300. And it really doesn't matter which one we change, we just want them to be equal. So if I run this, it's going to be moved down here. I could have done 250, 250 and kind of split the difference between the two. But if I run that, now this is true. So because these two things are the same. So now what we want to, nope, don't want to move console log, or the debug console. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at this next comparison, and we're going to say sprite2, its rotation should be less than 40. So if we look up here, its rotation is 60, so it's actually larger than 40. So what we want to do is make that less. Well, let's just do like 39. It's going to be less than 40. And if we run that, now we're saying that that comparison is true as well. And so what we're going to do is just kind of work through each one of these. Comparison 3, we want to say sprite1.scale is the same or equal to sprite2's.scale. So let's go up here. The scale for sprite1 is 1.5, and the scale for sprite2 is 0.5. So probably the easiest is just to make this 1.5 as well. And now that one becomes true, and you can see that now sprite2 kind of became a larger character as well. Larger sprite. Okay, so now we're on to comparison 4 right here. And it says sprite1.x is greater than 150. So let's go up here. Wait, let's read that again. Sprite.1x is greater than 150. So sprite.1, its x is only 100. Let's make that 151. Because it's got to be greater than 150. 150 won't cut it. Okay, so let's do 151. And that now made that true. And our last one, I believe, is sprite2.y is less than 200. So sprite2, its y location is less than 200. Now this is where it's going to get tricky. It needs to be less than 200, but these are supposed to be the same. So let's do 199, and let's do 199 for this. Because if we don't, let's say if we leave this at that 300 that we just did, let's just leave that for a second. Now this one went false, so we want to make sure that these are the same. And they're all true. So there you go. That's how you kind of solve these. And again, these are just evaluating whether they're true or false, yes or no kind of thing. That's what Booleans do. And so we're just kind of comparing these and deciding whether they are true or false. Okay? All right. Hopefully that helps you, and good luck with your coding.